Okay, so this is part 2. I accidentally cut the video off. Anyway, part 2 of how to sow your seeds, or how I sow my seeds. So that's it. You put the seeds in the ground. I sprinkled them down there already, and then I just go like that. Just mix them up a little bit so they're not all in one spot. But when you sprinkle them down, you try to level it out to where it doesn't all get clumped up, because you want the plants to have space, but you don't want them to be too close together. But you want them to be close together because that's how you prevent having to add mulch or too much mulch. Because you can add mulch when the plants get bigger. You want to mulch around them when they're big enough, and then after they grow up a little bit, you can mulch around them. And then what happens is they'll shade out the weeds around them the rest of the way. Okay, but anyway, that's how you sow your seeds. You want to make sure you mulch. That's an important step, because that's how you keep the weeds down. Even if you go through and pick all the weed seeds out, you're not going to get them all. There's these little tiny weed seeds, you can't even see them, and they're going to pop up with some stuff. So the key is, after you sow your seeds, when they come up, that's when you mulch. And of course, you got to water them, especially at this point. Like right now, I would water those seeds in. And then you water them in. After you water them in, you just water them every day. Then when, you can probably water them every other day, but it doesn't, I think pretty much every day, every other day. You don't want to get to the point where you're not watering them every other day, because till they get real big, if it's like a big giant broccoli plant or something, after the roots are well established in the deep soil, then you can probably get away with watering once a week. But in the beginning, to make sure that you have some strong, healthy, big plants when they get older, make sure you're watering them every other day. That way, they'll grow up healthy and they'll give you big broccoli heads, instead of little tiny heads, because you didn't water them. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video on how to start your seeds. And oh, by the way, I've done this all kinds of ways. I've done it where I've dug and tried to pull out all the weeds and fertilize. And let me tell you, this is probably the best way, because what it is, you're not disturbing the life in the soil. You're leaving the life there, and you're just throwing your seeds on top. And once it comes up, those seeds start coming up, you're going to mulch around it, and that life is going to all build up under that mulch, because it's cool and it's wet, because the mulch is going to act as a layer, and it's going to keep the roots are going to stay cooler, but yet they're going to stay warmer. And the mulch does all kinds of stuff. It keeps the roots are going to be cooler, but yet they're going to be warmer. All the life is going to be attracted to underneath the mulch, because the mulch is going to keep the sun off, and it's going to help break the soil down to where the water flows better through there. And then the worms are going to come up under the mulch too, because it's wetter down there. So yeah, it serves as a lot of good purposes. One of the best things I could recommend if you're gardening is to mulch. And of course, don't disturb the soil, because that's a big key. You don't want to dig in your soil all the time. And if you have a raised bed, it's okay, I guess. But you don't want to, if you're just doing it the simple way, without building a bunch of raised beds and getting a bunch of soil, toting a bunch of soil in there, then you can do it this way, and it's actually free. It doesn't cost you anything, because all you need is the seeds. And if you have your own, if you save your own seeds, like in my last video where I showed you why you should save your own seeds, you get a lot of seeds. This is from one plant, and they have I can't show you right now, but it was like 20 little bitty seeds they sold me for $1.59, and I got all of these from one plant. So you could just imagine that was like 1/100th of a plant that they sold me for $1.59. And these are my okra seeds. I have bean seeds that I saved from my purple whole peas. Lots of dill seeds, seed dill, and I got all kinds of seeds in here that I saved from my plants. So, and I recommend doing it because you won't. I spent 300 and something dollars on seeds the first year I started gardening, which was okay because I got all these different kinds of seeds and stuff. But I'm just telling you how you can avoid it. Maybe get the kind of seed you like the most for each thing, like the variety, and then save your own seeds, and you can save a lot of money on seeds because they do add up if you're buying a lot of seeds, and they don't get you very far. You might be lucky to break even with the little bit of seeds that they give you, and that's if you can get them all to sprout. But if you're doing like I just did, broadcasting seeds like that, is save your own seeds because it's so much easier. And you know, if I have all these seeds, I'm gonna get a lot better results than if I just had a tiny bit of seeds. So, and if I would have spent that much money on those broccoli seeds, it might have cost me $300 for just that one plant that I saved the seeds from. So anyway, save your seeds and don't disturb your soil. You know, don't dig deep like some people like to do and pull the weeds out and stuff like that. Just plant your seeds, loosen the soil on the top, plant your seeds, and mulch around it. Keep it watered good for the first 3 weeks or something like that. And then once it gets about 3 weeks or 4 weeks old, it almost takes care of itself. As long as you don't have a drought or like something like that where it's not raining for over a week. If it doesn't rain for over a week, then yeah, you want to get out there and water it. But if it rains every 3 or 4 days like it does around here, sometimes it doesn't rain for a week or two. But yeah, you got to get out there and water it. But if it rains every 3 or 4 days, then you don't have to do anything. You just let it grow. But you do have to mulch. So you just, once they grow old, pull the weeds out, mulch, and then keep it watered, keep it moist. And you'll have good success. Other than the bugs, I don't know what to tell you about the bugs. You gotta have the time to go out there and spend and you know, spray the soapy water on there and all of that, find the bugs. I don't know about y'all, but I don't have that kind of time. So I'm trying to make time just to garden, just to sow my seeds and stuff. But man, to get out there and it's life or death for your plants, you know. If you don't get out there and like spray the soapy water on these bugs and kill all the bugs, they take over and your garden's destroyed. And all the work you did was for nothing. So what I recommend is don't start a huge garden like I did the other time on my first video ever. Remember that video? Yeah, don't start a huge garden like I did. Your whole backyard is a garden. You can have your whole backyard as a garden, but don't spend all your time on it. And make it simple like I just did. Little one area at a time. Make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew, basically. And that's it. Keep it watered. Alright, y'all have a blessed day. And thank you for watching my video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.